Well, here I go again. My name is Michelle Laverdiere. I was born with a disability called spinal muscular atrophy, and I've had it since birth, but it wasn't diagnosed till I was about 2 years old. And but I had a fairly normal childhood with all the usual issues. Was another story, to another day. But I went to for the first few years. I went to because we're talking 1970s. I'm 40 years old, 60. I went to a special school, which was in a rehab hospital. I went and I took a bus every day, and I lived with my mother and stepfather, and until I was about 15, and then I moved to I went to public school when I was in grade 6, and graduated with a regular diploma, and I went to university for 2 years and studied to be a teacher, but I got pneumonia, and I had to take another route and worked as a teaching assistant for about 6 years till I started getting too weak, and that's when I ended up in a care facility. But by then I was 30, so I've had a pretty good life since 2000, and I was getting weaker and weaker, and I realized something was wrong, so I went to go see the doctor and found out my respiratory was weak. So then we had to make the decision about the ventilator, which I'm very okay with it because it's given me a lot more energy, and I've been working as an advocate pretty much all my life for people with disability, trying to fight for equality. But I believe in equality, people that are willing to work for it and work to try to be the best that you can be, and not everybody can do everything. And I believe that you got to do what you can. And for me, my decision was to be an advocate because it's something that I could do from home, and there were safety issues in the old facility that I was at before for people that were on ventilators, and I still had a voice, whether it be through a mouth, being able to talk, which not everybody on a ventilator can do, and it also gave me a pen by writing with the computer. What else can I say? I'm a Christian. Ever since I was a young age, I felt my Lord with me all the time. And it's given me a sense of peace when things weren't always so good, especially when I lived at home with my mom and stepfather, and things weren't always the best. But that's another story. I love my mom dearly, who passed away in 1988 of pancreatic cancer. I am now 40 years old, and have totally outlived my life expectancy by more than 4 times. And so, what's the secret? I think the secret is to always have hope and not feel that things are hopeless and give up. no way of doing or feeling sorry for yourself. Because as soon as you let the fear and hope goes away, you give up. And I've seen it so many times. I've been living in care now 10 years, and I've seen it as soon as the hope goes out, the people pass away. And so the other day we had a fella that was in the dining room with his wife who has ALS. She can't eat anymore. And he says to her, yeah, in front of all, people can hear him. He says, all these people are sitting around waiting to die. Maybe there are people that are waiting to die, but I don't see that. And every time he says comments like that, I think it takes away the hope away from his wife, who has got this debilitating disability, who has to live here. And he says that's all they do, sit around, watch TV, and go wait for their meal, go back to their room. And I don't do that. I'm on the computer. Even when I don't go out, I'm still very involved. I don't have enough hours in a day, and I'm not sitting around waiting to die. So, nobody has a right to take away anybody's hope as long as there's hope. People have an opportunity, and I think God gives that hope too. He can do anything, and sometimes it's a matter of giving it power back over to Him, and saying, I can't do this. But on the same time, I don't believe in people feeling sorry for themselves either, because that just creates more fear, I think. But there are people that make the decision that they can't live on a ventilator, and I've seen it in bad cases where people totally lose all form of communication. That was their last bit of power before they lose it, and they know they're gonna die anyway, and they don't want to prolong it anymore. And I don't disagree with that. I don't want to say I agree with it either, but I can understand that too. So I do want to make that clear, but I don't think once somebody's in that state that they have to be, I don't know. I just said that's a big one for me. It's another story. I won't go into this blog talk, but I'll let you go for now. I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. Well, by the way, from my friend Becky, I don't know if she can see that her drawing is in the bottom of my right shoulder, I guess. Your left, on the left hand side of the page. Talk to you later. Bye.